Honda claimed that the Jazz would do 0 to 60 in 9.4 seconds. However, 60 is over the speed limit. How about we do 0 to 30 instead? Oh, I forgot, it's a hybrid, so the EV sign means it won't rev. That's embarrassing. Let's go. What do we got? 3.33 seconds. How about that for a benchmark? So the Honda Jazz, a 1.5 litre petrol hybrid classed as a small hatchback which goes up against the Ford Fiesta, Vauxhall Corsa and the VW Polo. In its premium sunlight white pearl paintwork, this is for someone who fancies an affordable daily with a few extras. With the SR spec you get LED lights, Apple CarPlay, adaptive cruise control and lane assist. Now these are around £20,000 brand new, however it is a self-charging hybrid which means there's no plugging in needed and you could do around 536 miles from one tank of fuel. So here's where it gets really attractive. Honda claim that the Jazz can do 62.8 miles per gallon with a mixed combination of motorway and urban driving. That's just city driving for those of you that don't know. I'm going to reset the trip meter right now and see what we can do. I'll see you guys in 30 minutes.
A few moments later.
So, you join me exactly 29 minutes later, and as we can see down here, we've done 12.3 miles in 29 minutes. That has been a mixture of B-road driving and some city driving because we have got some traffic ahead. It's got to 82.1 mpg. That is in 82.5 mpg. That is insane and a great benchmark going forward. I'm hoping before it hits 21 we can hopefully squeeze maybe a tiny bit more and hit 83, because then whatever hybrid or EV hybrid, mainly obviously to compete against a hybrid, whatever hybrid car comes next is going to have to compete against that, and that's not going to be easy. 83, there we go, we've made it. 83 mpg and it's 12:21, so 30 minutes later, 12.6 miles. Don't tell me you don't want some of that. You want some of that. You, definitely. I'm talking to you. Stop smiling, hit the like button, because you know I'm talking to you. So with all cars on the market, they do their job, but there is some things we feel we need to change. And on this, it will be the options. So there is quite a big spec that you can go for on these. Not huge, but for me, it would have to be the EX style. And that's a spec that allows you to have better alloys, because if you can see just down here, these alloys are in fact plastic on an alloy rim. It doesn't really look the greatest and doesn't really feel the greatest. And I'm sure once these start to get scratched, it's probably just gonna fall off. But you can opt for the EX style, which is probably the spec I would go for if I was gonna go for one of these as a daily. It'd have a gloss black roof, more gloss black bits on the side mirrors, and you'd have a few more options such as a reverse camera and stuff like that. So when you go for a car like this, you're buying it more for its engine and what it can do as opposed to what the interior feels like, but you are going to spend some time in it. And something that I did notice is that the screen, although it's amazing and huge, slightly points to the left, so it points more to the passenger, maybe not to distract the driver so much of it being quite a big screen, but ideally you'd have a little tilt in it towards the driver, because it's the driver that's going to probably use it more times than his passenger, especially if you're commuting to work by yourself. Last but not least on the interior is the buttons. Over here we've got auto driver's window, but manual passenger window. So one flick of the button here and the window goes all the way up. But on the passenger one flick of the button doesn't do enough. So if you were at a traffic light and you had somebody trying to ask you for money, if you were me, you'd give them £100, lion. But if you were me and you probably wanted to stop anyone from coming near you, just want to flick it up and then you'd forget, and then before you know it, they're in your passenger seat asking you for a lift up the A406. So that's something you're going to have to press and hold until it's all the way up. So where the Jazz really begins to shine is when it flicks into its EV mode, because most hybrids, they really want to act as hybrids, but they don't really like staying as hybrids. The Jazz aims to stay as a hybrid, in my opinion, 70% of the time, which is great. It's good on your wallet and it's good for the environment. However, most hybrids, as soon as you give it a bit more of a squirt, the engine comes on. The Jazz, however, EV now. And when you want to get really fancy, flick the gearbox down into B, and when you take your foot off the accelerator, it automatically brakes the car for you. So if you're really good at judging the roads ahead and being quite an efficient and smart and safe driver, you can actually charge the battery a lot more than if you were in drive. It's endless. And if we want to really talk about how big this car really is, it's big. Easy now. Easy now. And something else to note, the rear space in this puts to shame some hatchbacks that are on the market. You know who you are. You should be ashamed of yourself. Embarrassed. So as a daily commute car, does it do the job? 100% yes. Even more so when the fuel prices are what they are. This is what you need. I didn't think, in all honesty, that I'd love this car as much as I do. And the fact of the matter is, it literally sips fuel. It sips it. So there you have it, guys. The Honda Jazz has started off the leaderboard with some decent numbers for us to work on. Those of you that are new to the channel, please subscribe, and there'll be more hybrid and EV cars and petrol cars still coming on the channel. As usual, if you have enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. God bless.